What I think is so interesting about like the Rogan cancellation thing is that the media, the traditional media, the corporate media machine, is trying to cancel Rogan for misinformation, which is the exact thing that causes us not to trust the corporate media machine.
Yeah.
So you are trying to cancel Rogan for the reason we don't watch you. It's a complete lack of like self-awareness, right? Like if they actually knew, like I don't think people want to go watch a podcast for truth. I think people want information in the easiest way possible, right? They just want to turn on fucking CNN or turn on Fox or turn on MSNBC. Tell me what happened. Tell me the truth. They don't want to seek out some guy who's on the fucking internet talking to doctors and shit that you have no clue who they are. I mean, half of these guests that come on Rogan right now, we have no clue who they are. We just know they're experts in these fields.
Correct.
Right? We want information distilled to the easiest form of it so we can digest it and get on with our fucking day.
And we would like both sides of an issue, which the news will never give you.
Absolutely. But the fact that they keep on fucking up and putting out their own misinformation, we go through a list of misinformation that they've put out, right? Is the reason why Rogan exists. And they keep on putting more and more misinformation out there and not acknowledging their mistakes. And there are many of the mistakes. And Rogan keeps getting bigger. And the fact that they can't see that is so confusing to me because it's almost as if they're going, hey, if we get Rogan out of here, people will come back to us. No. You get Rogan out of here, another version of Rogan is going to replace it because they lost faith. They, meaning us, we lost faith in you. All we want is to feel like we can trust the person giving us information. That's all we want. And the fact that Rogan constantly goes out there and goes, yo, I got it wrong. Like he just admits it. If he gets it wrong, he goes out and admits it.
He tweeted a clip of him getting something wrong that not only did he tweet it, he could have edited it from his podcast altogether. He put it in there.
Shouted out the guy who proved him wrong.
Yes, 100%.
What is the journalist, Australian journalist? I forget his name.
Oh, I forget his name.
Josh, maybe something. Doesn't matter. But the fact is, he shouts out the guy who gets it wrong. He says he's getting these things wrong. He says he's learning about it. He says, I don't fucking know anything. I'm asking these questions and I'm doing my best to get all the information out there as I can. So these people are upset when the real questions are being asked to them, and then they avoid interactions where those real questions are going to present themselves. And then they just go on CNN or MSNBC or Fox News or whatever these shows are that just regurgitate the same talking points that they tell them to say.
And it's funny you can hold him accountable for something that he acknowledges he made an error on and stuff like that. And then the CDC, and I do believe in the vaccine, but the CDC for a fact misled us early on and lied to us and said, hey, masks don't work. And then masks became everything. And they did that so we didn't buy up all the masks, but you intentionally misinformed us. And nobody wants to hold them accountable for that. Again, I don't think everything I say is bullshit, but if we're going to hold people accountable, Rogan makes mistakes. They lie to you, have lied to you at least once.
Yo, you want to know some real shit? When Rachel Maddow came out and she said that if you get vaccinated, you can't get the virus and you can't pass it on to anybody else, right? We could easily go to her and be like, yo, you spread misinformation, you should be canceled.
And that was wrong from the moment where they said it. They said 90% efficiency or effectiveness.
True. But what I want to say to her specifically is, or about that situation is, I don't want to cancel her. Maybe that was the information that she got from her experts. And at the end of the day, she's not a fucking scientist. Just like all these people that are criticizing Rogan aren't fucking scientists, okay? You maybe got a journalism degree at fucking Syracuse. Right. You don't know any more about the virus than he does. Matter of fact, you probably know way less because you're not speaking to these experts in their field all the time. So I don't want Rachel Maddow canceled for that. I would like her to acknowledge that she was wrong so that we could continue to trust her with information, right? But I don't want her canceled. She trusted the experts that were talking to her. Rogan is platforming experts. Let's not act like these guys are some like quack doctors. These people are experts in their field, and these are their opinions, right? So now we just have different, differing opinions, and then we as human beings have to choose who we believe, and then roll the dice on that. Could he bring those experts on right afterwards? Sure. Would that give a whole picture? Sure. Maybe that'd be safer, etc. But for the traditional media to act as if they're doing something monumentally different than him is absolute bullshit. Yeah. And they're trying to get him out of here, and it's the same fucking story every single time. Like, their strategy is the same every single time. Make the guy radioactive. It's literally the same. It's like anytime he does something they don't like, it's the same story. Look how racist he is. Look how sexist he is. Look how transphobic he is.
That's every movement that they try to discredit.
And I want to expand on that because this is their version. This is how they do it, okay? They make you radioactive so the platform takes you down so they don't have to deal with you. And if the platform doesn't take you down And this is what they're going to start doing now because it's the same story every single time. What they start doing is making your fans radioactive so that you don't identify as a fan. If they can't deplatform you,
Right.
they can't get the people to shame you, they shame the core that supports you.
Right.
They make the core the transphobic, racist, misogynistic assholes. And that's what they're starting to do. I just saw a clip of some chick on CNN. What I'm worried is about the Rogan fan harassing me at work or the Rogan fan putting my life in jeopardy. Now they've shifted to the fans. And human beings have a feeling in us all that we want to fit in to our peer groups. We want to be at work and people like us. We don't want to be ostracized. We don't want to be on the outside. And that's like a biological yearning. Because back in the day, if you were on the outside of your tiny little tribe, you're fucking dead. You needed your people to protect you in order to stay alive. None of us want to be ostracized. None of us want to be alone. So we stop identifying with that group in order to maintain the peers
Right.
that make living that much more comfortable and easy. And that's what they're going to start attacking. And that's why it's important that we speak up about it.
Yeah.
Because this is the same story every single time. And if it's not Rogan, it's going to happen to someone you fucking love. Might happen to fucking us. And if we're quiet right now, why should anybody speak up when it happens to us?
But this idea that if you don't agree with me, you can't talk, and that's how we're going to progress as a country is not how we're going to progress as a country.
100%.
Period. It's just going to have more and more differing Americas until we just fucking, hey, we're done with it.
This illusion that, you know, this information or this misinformation could cause death. It's like all of a sudden you guys care about misinformation causing death. Weapons of mass destruction with misinformation, millions of people fucking died because of it.
Yeah.
Right? Now all of a sudden you care about
that's a great
misinformation
point.
causing death?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, you were positive Iraq had weapons of mass destruction.
Right.
And now oh no, that was nothing. How many hundreds of thousands of troops had their lives ruined if they didn't die? PTSD, whatever.
It's not just weapons of mass destruction. It's how we got into fucking Vietnam.
Yeah.
The Gulf of Tonkin incident. It's constant misinformation causing hundreds of thousands of people to fucking die, whether they're ours or somebody else's. So don't give us this shit like you care so much about getting the information right or else people will die. You lie every day. So people die because the people who tell you to fucking lie, you listen to, no matter what the cost. I hate it, man. It just drives me crazy.
Yeah. I wish they understood that a lot of the overreactions we see are because of their the way they handle things. Like, a big reason a guy like, and I'm not trying to get too political, but Trump gets elected and a certain percentage of people are just so fucking tired of being shouted at and being shamed because you're a white dude or whatever, that one guy that comes along is like, bro, I don't care what else he says. He doesn't make me feel bad for being a white dude. I like this guy.
Yeah.
The same thing is going to happen with alternative news sources. I can't trust these guys. They're shouting at anybody who disagrees with them. They're also fucking slanted. I'm going to go to alternative news sources. You always create this, and then you try to silence them. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
They're reaching so hard. There's also 4 episodes a week. I didn't agree with what Dr. Malone was saying. There's 3 other episodes that week.
Yeah.
They're not all him over and over and over. He's
Yeah.
doing, what's that, 150 episodes a year at least?
Yeah.
You don't like one of the guests?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't like everybody on Fallon, dog. What you want?
They don't like the cultural influence.
Yeah.
That's what they don't like. And they don't like that a guy and his buddy are in a room changing the world and that they have billion-dollar budgets and they can't do it.
Yeah. Remember when she said she had Trump's tax returns and they were fucking nothing? 2 weeks of build up for nothing?
Why are we acting like that's the thing? The misinformation thing is just so hysterical. That's the thing you want to get him on. That just shows you like what a good guy he is, because you know that they want to go after him for the man he is.
Oh, they've dug for dirt,
They
boy.
dig nonstop, right?
Yeah.
But it's not there. So they have to go after him for misinformation, which is their fucking specialty. Mm-hmm. You've been shoving misinformation down our throats for decades.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Fuck out of here, dude.